What's up, everybody? Legacy here, back with another exclusive interview. Probably the biggest interview that I've done, and the community is probably not ready for this. But say what's up, Nitroxic.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Nitro.
Let's talk about you and like where you came from in the mobile gaming world, and how everything kind of came to be in COps and as well, I guess, as iOS mods.
I mean, I was always interested in hacking, like iOS games and stuff. Like I learned probably in 2013. Actually, it was 2013 December, because I was always a jailbreak fan and stuff. I would always have like jailbroken iPods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a gamer too, so I would play lots of games and stuff. So then I don't know, just the idea of like game hacks would come into my mind. Then I would see like there's lots of game hacks, so I would like look up how to download them and stuff and hack in games. It was so fun. I remember hacking like in Modern Combat 2 and stuff back in the days. It was
Oh
fun.
wow.
So then one day I just decided to like make my own hacks. Like what if instead of using other people's hacks, I make my own? So then I started learning and stuff. I mean, I said this in my video too on YouTube, but I learned like in 2013 for like a month how to make hacks. I made some hacks, then I stopped for like a year because I wanted to focus on like bodybuilding and weightlifting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started again in like 2015 when I was a senior in high school. I learned that after like a couple months or so, I opened up my own site, iOS mods, and started posting hacks there and stuff. That's pretty much how I like started.
Now, so you exclusively do hacks for iOS because I think what Android and iOS have two different coding platforms. Is that correct?
I mean, for Android, there you could use IDEA Pro tool, which is the same tool you use on iOS, and could make like similar hacks too. But yeah, Android also has like different stuff, like way different stuff than iOS.
Okay, so
But
you'd mentioned that you started downloading hacks in Modern Combat 2.
hmm
So you've been in the mobile gaming community, maybe as a casual competitive player for a while now. Then is that correct?
yeah, that's correct.
So did you enjoy more of the just kind of that God feeling of being able to kind of get away with something, or did you kind of actually want to have the competitive advantage, or maybe a mixture of both?
I mean, pretty much a mixture of both. I mean, it was fun both ways. Like it was fun like having like advantage over other people and stuff. And also like playing like legit and like seeing where everyone's skill set is at and trying to compete with them. It was fun.
Now, do you do that? You have so you'll play games legit, and then you'll play them with the hacks, obviously to advertise the new patches out there. So do you still try and find like that competitive nature to play the games normally as well?
I mean, I play critical ops legit normally too. I'm pretty good at it too. I've used four fingers on my. I use claw on my iPhone 6s Plus, and I'm pretty good. I mean, lots of people see me play. I'm pretty beast. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think if I like never like hacked or created a hack or something, and I just played legit and focused on playing legit, I probably could have been in a semi-pro clan by now.
Yeah, I mean
Maybe pro.
that's definitely a possibility. I mean, so let's talk about when you came into to COps. Um, Now, did you come over after people from MC5 came over as well, or did you kind of just wait and kind of, oh hey, there's this new game out and it kind of got big, or did someone, one of your friends maybe you played with in the past, kind of told you about it?
No, it's what you said. That this new game's coming out. Like I saw Critical Ops. Well, I'll be honest, dude. My main goal, like when I saw Critical Ops coming out, like my main goal was to like just hack the game and destroy it. I mean, I pretty much did that, but not that much. Like then when it came out and I started playing it, I noticed this game had potential and lots of potential. So I kept like all my hacks private and stuff, and I didn't want to ruin the game. But then these Android hackers like Ruin came out, started releasing hacks and stuff, and it just got all messed up from then.
Hmm.
I was like
So,
pretty much like what?
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was like pretty much the only like iOS hacker back then. It was like so fun, man. I didn't want to release anything and ruin it. I wanted to like keep it like all safe and stuff.
Now you kind of mentioned something that's interesting because you started to play the game. You wanted to, like you said, basically ruin the game, but then you kind of realized maybe there's some potential
hmm
to this game. Looking back on things, would you change anything that you did in the past as far as developing the hacks for the private hacks for people, or would you wouldn't have changed anything at all?
I mean, if I could go back, I would probably just keep them to myself, and not give it to like one or two people, because that's how I'll spread out. Like I'll give it to one or two people, then it just keeps on spreading and spreading. Then somehow like they just like everyone starts getting it. Then
Now, so how does that work? Because I tried to do research on everything. I've talked to Imgoon, and he kind of broke it down a little bit to me because I really didn't understand how this works. I don't know how you jailbreak devices and all that stuff. So I kind of had a different understanding of how these works. He basically told me that you can kind of customize any hack for a player based on like what they want.
yeah,
Like say they wanted like, hey, just give me like a hair more AA or make the hitboxes a little bigger. And there's no mod menu for that. It's programmed into the patch.
well, yeah, it's programmed into the binary. Like they're called binary hacks. They're hacks that you like hex edit in the binary. But like the binary is like pretty much the executable. That's where all the game's functions are and stuff. So you just pretty much like look for what you want to hack in the binary, change it, and just put it back inside the game, and that's it. There's like no mod menu or anything.
So basically, you guys would have never gotten caught ever.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know how the anti-cheat and all that stuff works, but from what that tells me is, obviously you're making them for each update and each patch that comes out. If you would have never came out and said anything about this, you probably could have gotten away with this forever. And I mean, you could have been like the greatest player in the game, and we would have never known it either.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, inside I probably feel bad and stuff. Like, nah, I'm not actually the greatest player. Because, I'll be hacking and stuff. I'm not clean. All these people, like, work, like, their ass off trying to, like, prepare and stuff. And then I'm just here, like, doing it all easily and stuff. And they think I'm all good. So I won't be a good.
That yeah kind of brings me to another thing because so in the last year, your name and your programming and coding and hacks have basically been probably the two biggest stories in Critical Ops. Now, with the game getting as big as it is and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like how did it from last year to now? How many like private hacks did you send out?
Send, like, in total, I mean, I don't remember. Like, I'll have, like, lots of random people, like, ask me for them. So then I'll just, like, give it to them. And then I don't know about those, like you never know if those people, like, send it to others. Because that's what happened with DC and stuff. When it all
Oh.
started. Yeah, I just sent it to, like, it was Oreos, DC Oreos, man. Like, I'll meet him in pubs and stuff. He would see me flying and stuff. One day he just got my kick. He just asked me for hacks. So then I just gave it to him and stuff. So then that's how, like, it spread out to, like, DC. Then he gave it to, like, Shadow back then and stuff.
So
And
you were
S-Chop.
you were a Kick guy before Discord as well then.
What?
You were on Kick before Discord as well.
Yeah, I was on kick.
Wow. I'm sorry, it's kind of nostalgic. Anyways, so so say you make Joe whatever a private hack and you send it to him. Now is it a link or do they have to do like is there several steps that they have to do to install this? And then also like once a new patch comes out, doesn't that not even work anymore?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a link, but it depends, like, if you're jailbroken or non-jailbroken. If you're non-jailbroken, then you're going to have to, like, connect your phone, iPad to your computer, download a program called City Unpacker, and sideload the hack.py file through it. If you're jailbroken, you could just easily install this file I'll give you, and with, like, iFile or Filter, and install it, and that's it, and open the game, and you're good to go.
I see.
Oh, yeah, and each update, the hack needs to be updated. So, yeah, like, you can't use the old hack on, like, a newer version of Critical Ops.
Oh, so yeah, if you don't update, you'll basically, you can still use them, but it won't even matter.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if you don't update the game when the new update
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out. Okay, so that kind of like, okay, that kind of puts things into perspective because then that means like, because a lot of people were wondering about, so obviously the big names, Elite, and then, the members from Die Kingdom and then Impreza, Were
Hmm.
all those people a part of the same hack, or did they have different hacks that weren't even from you?
No, Elite had something else. I just gave Elite like head hitbox increased really slightly, like very slightly. Sorry. And for Goon, it would just increase hitbox distance. So it's like two different things.
Oh wow.
So Goons was like head and body hitbox increase, and Elites was just head.
And they had to have been using those. I mean, everyone started. I don't know because so the Ruit came out with uh,
Yeah, his Android hacks.
his Android hacks, and that was like around the same time. I think that all the other players got exposed, which is ironic because it has nothing to do with them. I'm just
Hmm.
how did I don't even know how those players would have even got exposed because like we were saying earlier, if no one says anything, obviously no one's ever going to know. And do you think like since the competitive scene is growing bigger, like do you do you think that those people should be punished or like now they should just move on to another game or something like that?
I mean, people say like once a hacker, always a hacker, but I mean, I don't really agree with that. I mean, just look at Kai. Like he used to hack, but now he stopped hacking and stuff, and he's all legit. So I think like they should be given another chance. Like you can have the devs check their account to see if they hacked again or anything after that. But I think people like J7, Elite, and all of them should be like given another chance to prove their worth. Because people like J7, he was actually good. So I mean, I don't know why he's banned. Like his hacks that he used, it wouldn't like make no sense to use them in any tourneys or anything because they're like way too obvious hacks.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I don't think people realize is there's like the private ones that you send out, and then like the just the
Yeah, just the
whatever
public ones.
the public ones, which are
That are more for
clearly like
like game ruining, pretty much.
yeah, like anyone would know that right away.
Hmm.
So that explains some things because um, everyone's with each update, then the hack has to be patched. And
Yep.
you had mentioned, and I think even Carson and other people have mentioned that the community, the hacking or the developers of the hacks, as in you guys, are gonna stop. Is that true?
I mean, I'm stopping, but I don't know about others. I mean, there's other iOS hackers too. So if I stop, then they'll continue. And there's Android hackers too. So I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think I would make like that much of a difference, but it's whatever, man.
No, I
It just
agree.
depends on. Yeah, it just depends on critical ops like the CFE, how good they like keep updating their anti-cheat and stuff because it's pretty good right now. Like no, there are like I mean every hack is detected no matter what, but there are hacks that like don't get detected in bandwave. But if a dev manually like checks your account, then they could see the hacks.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, they're getting better and better at with their anti cheat. So it's
Mhm.
and it's. I mean, I don't know. Like, how often do they need to update their game? Like, what if you had to give advice on how to prevent the hacks, or maybe even ideas on how to catch them? I mean, I don't even know. Is there like a program you can develop to where, say, if you're a mod in COps and you get a special thing sent to you to install to where you can literally see if someone else has hacks kind of thing. I don't know if I'm being too vague about that, but is that something that you can do? Like, not literally you, but that people can do?
I mean, I think it could be possible, but it'll probably be hard. Like a bunch of coding and stuff.
Now, do you feel bad for um, I guess the harm of the competitive scene that the hacks have caused? I look at it this way: the game is mostly for casual players and is still in beta. But yes,
Hmm.
the competitive scene is definitely growing bigger and bigger. And do you feel like with the big names coming in, Space Station, perfect example, um, their player has hacks and they get exposed, leaves the big org leaves the community. Do you feel like in any way that tarnishes the reputation of Critical Ops and what it's trying to build as a mobile esport?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's like yeah, it gives the whole game pretty much a bad reputation. Like there's hackers in these big teams and stuff, and they're not doing like they like the teams have no idea about it and stuff. So it just like shows like they have a weak game and they need to keep on updating their anti-cheat and stuff.
As far as you know, is there any players currently playing in the competitive scene that have any of the private hacks or the public hacks or any of the other hacks from any of the other people in the community?
I mean, one of my friend Ezzy, I mean, he's alive right now. It was just like a misunderstanding from his brother, because there's like some rumors that he's died, but he's okay. But I think he's been giving out private hacks to like comp players and stuff. So I mean, not me. I mean, this like I'm trying to do good now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to like give like comp players hacks. It's mostly Ezzy now. He said he wants to get in this drama. I'm like, okay, man, just whatever.
Oh man, I mean
Yeah,
it's
so just talk to Ezzy. I'll give you a Discord.
it's I mean I get the power trip kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
like I guess the clout or whatever that
yeah,
you get.
but I mean at the same time, like, do you guys even think about like the legal repercussions that can happen? I mean, I think technically it's breaking their TOS, and I think if they wanted to, the CF could actually go after either you or your company or any of the people that are developing these hacks if they built enough case. Do you guys even worry about that?
I mean, I thought about that, but then I wasn't sure, because I asked this other hacker stuff who hacks on auto skills. He's on Android. He makes critical ops iOS. I mean, Android hacks. So he said like he had companies do that in the past, and they like never won against them or stuff. Because he's been hacking for years, like and stuff, like games too and stuff. And companies like try to like lawsuit him or something, and then they like never won. They always failed and stuff. So I mean, I'm not sure if critical ops can do that, because I mean, do you think they could do that? Because I'm not
Um,
like really causing like a loss of revenue or anything in their profits, so it's all good. But I'm not really
but
sure.
not even it's not even loss of revenue, but it's the
Terms
outlook.
of service, yeah,
Yeah, it's the terms of
in the
service,
contract
and
agreed in.
then like the outlook on the game too. Like think about the community's perspective on the top tier teams. Any
Mm-hmm.
top tier team in the last year that's had a hacker, and I'm not saying that it's just you, but just in
Mm-hmm.
general. Think about how more competitive this game would be. There'd be a lot less, um, maybe not a lot less trash talk, but the drama would be like the actual gaming drama. Like you would have these big
Yeah.
rivalries from big teams more so than now you have just one team that's dominating the game. And
Mm-hmm.
even take GS. Like look at GS now. Um, their team, we'll even say D2R as well. Like GS D2R, that's some of the bigger names. GS is the best in the world. They have to now, obviously in 2 years, 3 years from now, people aren't gonna talk about this because it'll be history before the game's released. But their legacy that they've built over the last year, kind of, people will question that. And that's like you look at someone like Joker and Judgment that have tried to built GS on pride and
Mm-hmm.
integrity, and that gives them a bad name. Like, do you guys feel like that there's any like repercussions that should be done from that? I mean, these players are trying to be professional in this game, and what the hackers are doing is literally taking the process and moving forward for the esport and slowing it down. Like major orgs will look at this and be like, I don't know, man, this game has potential, but there's a lot of hackers out there. And especially for someone like you that actually does enjoy playing casually and all that, like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel like sad, because this game could be like big, like CS:GO, but on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem is the hackers and stuff, and the like toxicness. So I think like, I mean, first of all, I think that Critical Force should maybe choose a new game engine, because Unity is like the easiest like games to hack. Unity games are like the easiest on Android and iOS. So I think maybe if Critical Force like invested in a new game engine and stuff, and like really like build Critical Ops from scratch, then I think it could be like actually good and stuff.
Oh
Or
yeah.
just update the anti-cheat, keep on updating it.
Yeah, I mean it's probably tough to stay ahead because you really don't know. I mean, I don't know like what the coders are looking for in the next update.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the opportunity to help Critical Force, would you want to do that? I mean, I know you're busy with real life stuff and school and everything. So, But if they gave you an opportunity to help them, kind of like, all right, let's work together on this. Let's get rid of as much as that we can, and help prevent the hacking as much as we can, and maybe develop something together. Would you want that opportunity?
I mean, I would, but I mean, I tried in the past. Like I sent self like functions of games, like such as like this function that allows me to float and stuff. I told them how I hacked it and stuff, and what do I do to hack it? But I don't think he really like listened because I tried again the next update. That same hack still worked. I was still floating in air, killing people and stuff. So I think they don't really need help. They know what they're doing and stuff. They believe in themselves, and I think that's good.
Yeah, but I mean, the CF has built this game on the fact that it's been built by the community. So I mean, maybe if there's something that you have out there that they haven't thought of, because an outside perspective is can always be a better thing. Not necessarily all the time, but it gives you a different look on the
Yeah,
subject.
like Outlook.
So with the game progressing, um, do you think that if this game becomes a massive, major mobile esport to stand up next to games like Vainglory and Arena of Valor and Clash Royale, um, do you think that the players are going to want to play this more, and would you want to consider playing this more?
Yeah, I mean, if it was pretty big, I think more people would want to play it. And yeah, I'd play it more too then. If it's like that big. But right now, it's like kind of in the middle. It's not that big, and it's not that small either. But it's like getting there slowly over time.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. So if you had to like take back any of the hacks that you sent out, who would be specifically like the players that you feel like? I guess we'll say who do you think deserve to get banned, and who do you don't think deserves to get banned?
Who deserved to get banned? We have to think about that. I mean, okay, I don't think Kai deserved to get banned because he's like all good now and stuff. He helps the community and stuff. I don't think Trax either. I mean, Kai just gave it to him, and Trax just went ahead with it and downloaded hacks to see how they were and stuff. But I mean, I think if you like cheat in attorney and stuff, and you know you're cheating and you're guilty, and you know you're gonna win money and stuff, then I don't really think you should be like given a second chance. Then
Well, that's the thing with like Kai and them. They
yeah,
used
they cheat in attorneys,
the
right?
hacks in ESL, and
Mm.
we technically stole money from other teams, and I tried to pay. I paid back half of what we won to some of the players, and I mean I feel like I mean I didn't have to do that, but that was just I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that GS has stolen a lot of money because I don't know when Elite um, first got the hack from you, and
mhm.
B, how long he even had it, and if even him and Solar even had the same one. And I don't think MVP was even a part of that at the time either.
Nope.
So I think those are all separate like incidents that people are trying to like string together.
Yeah, I mean, if you use hacks and attorneys, then I don't think you should be like allowed to play again. But if you're like J7 who just like tested it out to see what to look out for and stuff and how to catch hackers, then you should get unbanned because he was actually like a god player. He's pretty good. I used to watch his videos.
Now, so one of the things I wanted to ask was in the first, I guess the first rounds of the exposing with Kai and all them, um, did you talk to Joker and Judgment after that? Because I thought they had said um, that you guys weren't gonna make the hacks anymore after that.
Yeah, I talked to Joker and stuff. I know I feel bad now. I'm sorry, Joker, if you're watching this. I apologize, but I told him like I would stop making hacks and stuff and try to help CFE. But then CFE never really listens. They would just like I guess ignore it. So then I just like went along with it. And then I just like kept hacking and stuff.
See,
I
that's
mean,
oh, go ahead.
no, I mean I didn't really like I was gonna keep them private, but I don't know what made me like release them again. I guess it was just the people that I gave them to that like spread it out and stuff.
Now, that brings me to something that is an interesting thought here. So you develop hacks, and obviously you play COps.
hmm
Do you have to play on like a VPN or like a different account or a different device every time you log in?
No, I just use same account. Like I have a hacking account and I have a legit account. So if I want to hack, I'll log into the hacking account. If I want to play legit, I'll play on the legit account.
Okay,
And no, I
so
don't really use VPN.
so you have basically two accounts that you can play on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that one's obviously the legit one, and the other one is the bad one. That kind of like so with what CF said about their anti cheat and anti hack and all that. Do you think that Evolve had the hacks or was hacking, and then also um, do you think that they can actually confirm when someone has downloaded or used the hack, and then if it can be traced to another account?
I mean, I don't think Evolve was hacking because he's on iOS. I didn't really give him anything. I talked with Ezzy and Maskman, and they didn't really give him anything. So I don't know what he had. But then I watched Joker's video and stuff. So he was saying like Evolve kept on re-downloading COps. So he was probably using like an IPA. I mean, I don't know where he got it from. And wait, what was the second question you asked?
Um, let's see. Now I forgot. So I was asking about Evolve, and then let's see here. Well, anyways, we can move on from that. So yeah,
Okay.
another thing that I had was a lot of people for some reason think that you and GS are like in cahoots or something, or you guys are like really close and you're making hacks for them. Can you explain to the community why in the I guess the page it says GS win or big fan of GS win? Guna told me that it was basically a joke, but a lot of people look at that and they're like, they think that you're clearly just making hacks for them.
Oh no, man. It was Maskman, man. He started like ever since he started releasing his critical ops hacks, he would always put like hashtag GS win in it and stuff. He just does it to like joke around and troll. I mean, we're not really together and stuff. I know, man. It's just funny. People take it seriously. It's just really a troll.
With everything that we've discussed here, what are the two like positives that you can kind of um, give out towards the CF and the community about the hacking situation, and then what do you think needs to be done or can be helped moving forward?
I mean, I think just the anti-cheat, like keep on updating it is pretty good right now. No hacks are non-detectable. All hacks are detected right now. So if a player is hacking, the devs can like check their account and stuff. And for the community, I would say like don't like if you're a good comp player or you're a casual player and want to go to comp, don't download hacks. Like don't even think about just using them, even on another device because it's not gonna be worth it. Because you're just gonna get banned eventually because they can see everything. Then there goes your whole career.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you've said it a few times, if you're using them in a tournament and stuff like that, I feel like that's definitely a ban. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but I mean, but then you have that thin line there where people will say you shouldn't use them at all. And I mean, I agree with that as well. But how do you, I mean, so how do you educate yourselves on these hacks, and how does the community like fight them besides just reporting them? You know, is there any like strategy you can think of as far as battling that?
I mean, you can like go on the hacking websites, see like what hacks they have for what version they have. If it's for the latest version, how to download it and stuff, the features and how to catch them, and that's pretty much it. I wouldn't say to download it and test them yourself because that would just be a bad idea.
And those are basically like the public ones that anyone can buy or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the scary thing to me is to know that you can basically give yourself something that's undetectable and just dominate this whole game, and and you haven't yet. So I'm glad that you didn't do that.
Mm.
So anything that you'd like to close out with for the community? Anything you want to shout out to any of your friends, or you want to say anything to the developers, to the players that hacked, or your friends, or people in the past?
I mean, I just want to say sorry to everyone. Like, sorry, I know I'm a bad person, but I'm trying to make up for it. Like, please forgive me and stuff. I mean, I know I have lots of haters and stuff. There's always like people telling me I should die and stuff. I mean,
That's
this
horrible.
community is too toxic. I mean, but I'm sorry, guys, for ruining the game. It was never my intention. And I want to give a shout out to like people like Lewis. He's a good player. Alpha, he's pretty beast too. I love his videos. Joker, Judgment, there's too many names I don't want to mention. I don't want like I mean I want to mention, but there's like too many. And I want to say sorry to you, Legacy, about J7, man. I just feel so bad because I think it's my fault because I sent Joker the screenshot of him like purchasing the subscription. Look, the main reason I sent it because I didn't think it was gonna be him. Like I thought it was gonna be like someone like trying to frame him or something. But that's why I sent it because I wouldn't like think J7 would hack in the first place, so it would make no sense. And now
No.
that he's gone, it just sucks, man.
Yeah, he he wouldn't hack in the first place, and I know a lot of people are gonna say that. Oh, well, anyone can say that, but if you, even people in GS and the past teams that have known J7, they know his integrity. Like if you looked at if watched his video,
Yeah, I seen him.
his video was like the only like sincere video that anyone has kind of put out there since they've got
Mm-hmm.
banned. You know, a lot of the other players usually, you know, throw shade or talk a bunch of, I guess, shit on social media. But he was
Mm-hmm.
legitimately torn because he could not play the game anymore. So I hope that, you know, for his sake, that he can get unbanned. And
Mm-hmm.
just because, you know, I guess we have legitimate proof that he didn't use them in the tournament, and also I'm sure you could send out whatever program it was, and you could show how obvious the hacks would have been. You know,
Mm.
I think that would help clarify things as well, because I think people think that he had the private hacks that some of the other people had.
No, no, he had not. He just had a hack made by Mask Band that was in my VIP section of my site. It had like anti-flash, headshot, and there's other like really obvious hacks. And that's all he used.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
like it wouldn't make no sense to use them like in screams or any tourneys or anything.
yeah. So I really appreciate you coming on here and you know, kind of telling us your story. It's,
No
it's
problem.
actually it's actually kind of interesting. You know, I mean, um, someone who enjoys the games but also enjoys the other side of the games as well.
Yeah,
So
the best of both worlds.
do you think you have any potential career in programming or coding or anything like that?
I mean, I'm not really going to port. I mean, I just do this as a hobby. Like my main like field of study is gonna be in the business field.
Right on.
I mean, I'm just good with computers, so I just do this as a hobby. That's why. Otherwise, like I wouldn't want to like spend my whole life sitting on a computer like all day. Like that would just be terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Well, unless you're a professional gamer,
Yeah, that's true.
you know, traveling the world and stuff. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
Everybody, go follow him. I'll have his information in the description below. And this is Legacy and Nitroxic Demon saying, peace.
Peace.